Today we will be testing the moving average converging indicator.
But before we do, if you have not watched the first video on the channel and all the videos after that, you need to go do that now. Here at the Academy of Forex, we are building the best trading system possible as a team. There is also a link down below to sign up for Tradingview. You can save a little bit of money if you use the link below to sign up for your account. You can also find a link below to join us on Discord. Lastly, if you would like a list of all the indicators we have tested along with their win rates, but you aren't interested in watching all the videos on the channel, you can sign up for our $9 Patreon, and you will receive the complete list of indicators. We also would like to introduce our Patreon exclusive Discord channel. As a $9 Patreon, you will be invited to join an exclusive Discord channel where we will give you a list of winning indicators and links for the MT platform, give you winning strategies, post trade ideas, give advanced advice, and much more. So click the link below to join our Patreon.
Alright, as I said, today we will be testing the moving average converging indicator. Before we do though, I wanted to put the testing scoreboard up for everyone to see. So to date, we have tested a total of 51 different strategies, with 13 of them being profitable. We've also tested a total of 731 indicators, with 293 of them being winners. The best ones so far were able to achieve a 100% win rate. Now you need to go back and watch those videos to understand the context of how they were able to achieve that. So go back and watch those videos and see what you can get out of those winning indicators. And keep in mind that we test most of these strategies and indicators on the Forex market, but they can be applied to just about any market universally. Okay, so today's indicator is the moving average converging indicator, and you can see it here on screen. And so I'm not going to make any changes to this, but I guess I am going to make one change. Let's do this. Let's go ahead and move it down here into its own kind of existing pane down below here. So that way it's just a tad bit easier to see exactly what's happening. The setup on this is pretty simple. And so we have the green. Well, let's do this. Let's go ahead. I know I said I wasn't going to make any changes, but let's make some changes. There we go. Make it stand out just a tad bit more there. And so you can see that we have this oscillating line right here, moving average line, I guess you could call it. And you can see that it produces this cloud here, and that's basically tracking with the candles. Essentially, it's either the bottom of the candles or the top of the candles, depending on whether it's a green or red, and creates this kind of cloud here. But that's neither here nor there. Basically, what we're looking for is the shift in the line itself, the color shift in the line. And so when it shifts to a green color, we are going to go long. When it shifts to a red color, then we are going to go short. So that's what we got going on. Let's go ahead and get on with the testing and see what we can get out of it. All right, so the first signal that we pick up is a short signal. I know it's kind of hard to see, but the line here switches to red for just one candle. One candle, let's see. So technically it would be, let's see, this candle here. The close of this candle would be our signal. And so we would, sorry about that. If you double click the screen, it actually will drop any indicator that is in a pane below or above. It drops it out of view. If you double click it again, pops it back up. So every now and then I double click it and the indicator disappears if anybody wanted to know why. And so this would be our entry right here. Again, for one single candle, the line turns to red, and then immediately on the next candle it switches back to green. So we would have gotten stopped out there on that one, and we would have picked up the signal here on this one, and you can see that's a long signal there, and we get a really nice push to the upside there, which would have gotten us to our take profit. Let's go ahead and continue on. All right, we then pick up a short, another short right here. Looks like we stayed within our stop, so we didn't get stopped out, and we made a really nice push to the downside there, and that does come down and get us to our take profit. Let's go ahead and continue on. All right, we then pick up a long right here on this one. You can see that we get our shift there, the shift from red to green in the line. We get a red candle right there, and then an immediate push to the downside there. And that does come down and stop us out. We then pick up a short right there on that one as we get this push to the downside. And it looks like, let's see. Nope, didn't quite hit or take profit. Just double check that. Measure it out again here. There to there. What am I looking for? One. Oop, yep, it looks like we may have just barely touched the take profit. I know I can just look at the open and close of these, but yeah, let's go ahead and give it to it. Say that one was a winning trade there on that one. It was super close, but we'll give it to it just to see. Let's go ahead, and what I'll do here is go ahead and just fast forward through the rest of the testing. That way things will get too long, and we'll pick this up when we are at the end of the year. Alright, so that's going to put us at the end right there. Before we take a look at what this was able to achieve, now would be a good time to say that if you are interested in excelling your trading knowledge, I highly recommend that you join our Patreon only channel on our Discord server. You can find a link to our Patreon down below, as well as a link to our Discord. Once you sign up as a patron, it'll give you access to the Patreon only channel, where we post some really great advanced information about trading strategies, trading indicators, and trading philosophy in general. And as I mentioned in the beginning of the video, you'll get access to the full list of indicators that we have tested. That comes in an Excel version and a PDF version, and you will get that full list of indicators showing exactly which indicators were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates. And you'll get access to an Excel sheet of all the strategies that we have tested that shows exactly which strategies were winners, which ones were losers, as well as their win rates, and links to go back and review those individual strategies. And so there is a lot of benefits to becoming a patron of the channel, and it doesn't cost hardly anything at all. I highly recommend it. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at our indicator here. Let's get everything in focus. Go ahead and drop the indicator off screen there. It's a bit easier to see. Alright, there we go. Let's go ahead and count it out and see what we have. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. So we have 12 trades all together, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 winning trades. And so even with the one trade that we kind of gave it to it there, super close, it still wasn't quite able to meet our 60% criteria. And so, yeah, I mean, this indicator kind of had the same issue that we've seen many times before with single line indicators like this, where it's a single line and basically interacting with price action, which even though we dropped it to its own pane below there, make no mistake, that is basically what it's doing there, is it's interacting with price action, and that is what's switching the color from green to red. And when you hit consolidation areas like this, even though it actually held up pretty well right here, it was basically a coin flip, 50-50, whether or not you were going to get a winning trade or a losing trade each time you took an entry. And there were other areas that it just kind of had that same kind of issue where it just barely came down, would touch. And considering how this is based off of a moving average, what you'll often see is that moving averages are kind of magnets for price action. And so price action will always want to return to that moving average. And so it's not uncommon for price to touch a moving average, slightly break through it and close, just to immediately spike back through in the direction that it was heading in the first place. And so you get these little fake outs. And so if there was a little bit of buffer in between those to filter out those fake outs, then maybe it could have done better. But it is what it is. This one's going to go on the no list, and we'll move on to the next indicator from here.